Bill Nye Saves the World has been nominated for 2 Emmy Awards, one of them being for Outstanding Writing for a Nonfiction Program for the Sex Junk episode, and the other one being for Outstanding Production Design for a variety, nonfiction, reality, or reality competition series for the climate change episode. That's right, what you're about to see is Emmy Award-winning material.
You're tall, pansexual, flirty with sprite. Who enjoys a fleshlight in the cold moonlight?
With a sad clown, Skyping via satellite.
Dance, Skippy, home slice, sing it with me all night. Sex how you want, it's your goddamn right.
If you ever needed proof that these award shows, like the Emmys and the Oscars and all of that, it's all a big circle jerk. If you ever needed proof of that, here it is, right before your eyes. A show like Bill Nye Saves the World getting an award for its misinformation episode regarding gender. It's preposterous. It poisons the name of the Emmy Awards. Not that it had a great name to begin with. We should also take a look at a clip from the climate change episode, which was also nominated for an Emmy. And here's a comment he made regarding population control.
Well, so the average Nigerian emits 0.1 metric tons of carbon annually. How many does the average American emit?
I did that with my coffee this morning.
Yeah, 16 metric tons is
so
what the average...
160 times.
Yeah, exactly. And so our 2 kids are way more problematic. The Nigerians with an average 7 children are not the problem when it comes to climate change.
So should we have policies that penalize people for having extra kids in the developed world?
So I do think that we should at least consider it.
Not only is this suggestion overwhelmingly authoritarian, in my opinion, but it's also moronic. So you're going to tell me that people in third world countries who are poorer should be having larger families, and that people in first world countries who are generally not as poor should have smaller families, and if they try to have larger families, that they should be sanctioned by the government. Sounds legit. These same people who want the government to get involved and tell us how many children we can have are the same ones that think the government sucks at everything, it never does anything right. Then why do you want to give them so much power? How does that make any sense? We should have minimal government, as small as government as we can have without devolving into anarchy. I strongly dislike the show not just because it promotes cultural Marxism, not just because it misinforms the public, and not just because it is sexual in nature and seemingly targeted towards children. I'm against it for all those reasons, but I'm also against it because it is just bad television. It's not entertaining. The song that I showed a little bit of earlier is god-awful. The very fact that a show like Bill Nye Saves the World, and that specifically this Gender Spectrum episode, could win an Emmy Award just goes to show that the entire thing is psychological validation to the people who jump hoops for the media complex. This cultural Marxist promoting propaganda is hardly new, but it's becoming more arrogant in the way that it is propelling itself. This cultural Marxism and gender spectrum propaganda, it only serves to confuse developing adults, and it doesn't serve to help anybody at all. Why? Who gets anything out of my sex junk who is trans? Does anybody? And furthermore, most of the accounts I have read of people who become, say, a male to female transsexual, transgender person, they regret it because they have to do something very unpleasant for 4 hours a day in order to keep their fake womb from healing. That's right. If you have to literally stick something inside you to prevent your body from healing, maybe it's not so natural to transition to becoming a female from being a man. Maybe it's not so natural if your body is literally trying to heal and you have to stick something inside you 4 hours a day to keep your fake vagina. I apologize for the bad imagery, but it's true. It's called dilation. But from there, I just got to end it, because from here I would just devolve into talking about how sickening this thing is, that it is targeted towards a younger audience. Just the idea that transgendered people statistically have I think it's 20 times more likely chance to kill themselves. And with that in mind, you're going to promote that to your children? Seems kind of dangerous, don't you think? And I believe something I read earlier today on my phone while I was at work was saying that after the operation, the chances go up by 50%. Well, that'll be it for now. I'm going to play a clip of Nick DiPaolo telling Bill Nye to fuck off, essentially. But before I do, I would like to say to feel free to leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about Bill Nye finally persevering and being nominated for 2 Emmys. One for climate change and one for his gender spectrum episode. It's mindless nonsense, but let's go ahead and watch this short clip of Nick DiPaolo not taking any shit from Bill Nye, the science guy.
Flunked out of University of Maine.
Yeah.
You flunked out.
Yep.
I think we're all shocked.
It happens.
I don't like your sarcasm, asshole. This ain't the fucking Bill Maher show, Bill.